2 weeks ago, the most wondrous thing happened. My husband asked me if he could join me on the artist's way. And he really struggles with doing things just for the fun of it without a real purpose. Therefore, I was all in and thought about pausing and waiting until he would be at week 4 as well. And then I realized if I start today with week 1, the 31st of December would be the end of week 12 and the end of the artist's way. And that's just a sign. So what a perfect way to start the new year. And hopefully I'll get some creative burst of energy to get me through my 2 least favorite months, which are February and January. If you don't know me, I'm Frances and I run this YouTube channel as well as an Etsy shop called Atelier Lomla. I have 2 favorite art mediums. One would be oil pastel and the other would be bookbinding. I am very content with very little, which is a good thing, of course. But I've been content with very little for such a long time that it has hindered my ability to set goals for myself. If you have a goal, then there is the possibility to not reach it. It's a possibility for disappointment. But I am at a point now where I am more resilient. I worked on my patience in art, so I think I might be ready for setting some bigger goals for myself, but I don't know how. So 2 things I expect from the artist's way. First, be able to set bigger goals for myself. And the second thing being hold myself accountable and show up for you, but also for myself on my social media presences. I think that's all I expect. My expectations are very low, which is probably part of the problem. I'm very excited and I'm very happy that you want to join me on this journey. This is the official beginning of week 1, the artist's way.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no.
That was beautiful. It's a small library, it's a small town, it was a small exhibition. But I didn't plan on finding it and it was beautiful. There were 20 pieces of this artist and her work. And then they always have a shelf with books that they sell for a very cheap price, 50 cents, $1, and I got this one. Johannes Kepler. I mostly bought it because he made these illustrations, scientific illustrations, and I do know that I will have to collect pictures at some point as part of the artist's way. And I plan on just cutting out the interesting things. All in all, a solid first artist date. And then I went to the bookstore, mostly because I needed notebooks for my husband as well as myself to use as artist's way notebooks. They are plain and simple. I plan on decorating mine. A5, nothing special. However, I stumbled upon something else. Maybe you know these as well. This is wrapping paper, but folded up. And they have several motifs. Most times there are 10 sheets of paper with either 5 or 10 motifs. I thought these motifs are beautiful. They are all nature related. This one looks like fall. There is a, oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, I can't. These are so pretty. Yeah, seashells, fine, but the others are so pretty. Ah, I love it. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I couldn't help myself. I want to bind some books with this, or I just want to have it in my paper repertoire, which is growing. So glad that I found it. Hi there, voiceover Francis here to explain in really just a few quick sentences what the artist's way is and why I would be a great zookeeper. I promise it'll make sense in a second. The Artist's Way is a book written by Julia Cameron all the way back in 1992, and it's a book that helps you move through any blocks you might have that hinder you being creative. Those blocks could be negative thoughts because in school people were talking badly about artists, or your parents. You work through these things with the help of some tasks over the course of 12 weeks. In the beginning, it's mostly uncovering these negative beliefs and where they come from. Then it is working through them and making new fun memories regarding being creative. And towards the end, it is to make changes in your surroundings that will help you be creative in the long run. There are two main vehicles or tools that Julia Cameron is talking about. The first one is what you saw me do, the artist state, and that is to have experiences that fill your creative well, as she calls it. She says it's an equal exchange. If you want to be creative, you have to get new impressions on a regular basis. The second vehicle are morning pages. You take a notebook and in the morning you write 3 pages of whatever is on your mind. It could be, I don't know what to write. I'm feeling a bit sluggish today. The dog made weird sounds yesterday. Anything you want, anything that is on your mind, there is no wrong way to do it. She mentions that often. And you write down 3 pages of your thoughts. I am currently working on one of the tasks it tells you to do in the very first week, and that is to think of 5 imaginary lives. Things you would be good at, or things that interest you now that you might have really pursued. I would be a good zookeeper. I even really considered this as a profession. I was an intern at a zoo for 4 weeks, collected valuable knowledge, but also was certain that it was too much physical labor. I have, as you might know, really bad wrists, and about 70% of your tasks are just cleaning. Cleaning tools, cleaning enclosures, cleaning your cleaning tools. Honestly, it was cleaning all day, every day. And that is very intense physical labor. You know how heavy poo can be? The shovel almost broke when I tried to pick up the elephant poo. It was ridiculously heavy. Even though I don't want to be a zookeeper, it is still a very interesting field for me, and one that still to this day gives me inspiration. Another thing I would be very good at, and I could definitely see myself doing that, would be a background singer. I'm good at harmonizing. I am good at that crisp but flat church singing, if you know what I mean. And I'd have so much fun standing in the background harmonizing to music. Another thing that has to do with music, and we can already see a theme building here, is a drummer. Again, not even taking classes is on the table, unfortunately, because of my wrists. Maybe someday, but I don't think so. Then I'd be a good trapeze artist or circus artist in general. I was part of a children's circus group in my hometown, and when I got older I became a coach and trainer for the little ones. My favorite discipline was by far trapeze, and it is still fascinating to me. Lastly, something that I like about sciences regarding animals is the classification system, and therefore I believe I would have maybe in some life been a zoologist, and that was the last of the 5 lives I was supposed to draw. I have my journal with me and I'll do the weekly check-in. You're supposed to ask yourself 3 things at the end of each week. First off, did you write your morning pages every morning? If you didn't, why? Did you do your artist state this week? How did it impact you? And third question, were there any other issues that came up? I wrote my morning pages every day with my husband. We sat on the sofa, and it's a special atmosphere in the morning, both of us being quiet, writing down our thoughts. I enjoyed that a lot. Drinking coffee, of course, that's a must. And then for the artist date, it was more pleasant than I thought. I'm not much of a person who leaves the house. Full stop. I love my flat. I love my little studio. I have no reason to go outside. I walk with the dog 4 kilometers every day. That's enough, you know. Still, for the next artist date, I already know what I want to do, and it will be here at home. But because this went so well, I will probably try to switch it up every now and then. And the third question, any other issues? And yes, I had issues with one specific task. You're supposed to write an affirmation 10 times. For example, I, Francis, am a valid and productive artist. And as you do that, you write it 10 times, and probably already within the first or second time, there will be intrusive, mostly negative thoughts coming up, and you're supposed to write them down as well. Things that came up for me were something like, you don't even have a degree in art. You don't look like an artist. In my mind, they are eccentric, all dressed in black, and have something special about them that makes them stand out from the rest. I had 9 negative thoughts in total. You're supposed to counter them with a very positive statement. For example, the negative thought is, I don't even have a degree. And the positive thought would be, nature provides everyone with the inherent right to create. Something strong. And that's tough for me. All the things I wanted to replace these thoughts with were extremely humble and neutral. Things like, there are other ways to learn artistic methods. That's just, yeah, that's a statement, but it doesn't really counteract the negative connotation of the previous one. And it kind of fits because as I mentioned, one of my goals with this artist way is to set higher goals and have higher ambitions for my creative endeavors. And setting high affirmations that are very strong in their wording was just very difficult for me. I will write down below what I came up with, but I really had to also ask friends and my husband for help because it was blank. I was unable to think of anything. That was my special challenge. Other than that, I am really excited to start the next week. I'm also excited to bring you a video every week. I haven't done that in a while. I also wanted to let you know if you have any thoughts or are struggling, or maybe you don't have a partner for your artist's way, I'd love to chat about it, and you can definitely leave your thoughts down below. I read every single comment and try to get back to you as soon as possible. I can't wait to see you in the second week and hope you have a good time until then. Bye!